and may bless his holy and righteous name. I want to speak some things because I want to warn people about these people that's doing the gain stocking and this is with my husband or ex-husband. Y'all gonna hear me keep saying that. I hate to keep repeating that, but I'm just being honest and telling the truth. Um, I want to say this here. You all have to be careful. These Masons and um, Eastern Stars, these are people in my family. Um, well, it's his family, his friends, um, my my son's father, as well, as well as that people they related to, people they know people that's in the judicial system, which they are tied in with all of this stuff. Eastern Stars. Everybody is not bad people. Everybody is different. In those groups, you got groups that don't group with these people. They have the I'm sorry, these sex rituals and stuff like that, and animal sacrifices, and they famous for doing all type of magic, to try to ruin other people's lives, say things, just lie on other people to cover their lifestyle of things that they do. A lot of them is teachers, that let them come out of college, join those sorority groups, fret houses and stuff like that, fret groups, Alpha Phi Alpha, Delta Sigma Theta, the different ones, eight, what is it? Different ones. I don't want to remember all that stuff. What I want to say is this here is they are involved. Y'all got to listen to y'all children or talk to your children because these people they go around the men. They fool with little young boys. And, they fool with young girls too. I mean, children. They fool with children. If you're a grown person, you fooling with a child, 18 and under, what matter of fact, you ain't got no business. Your old tail ain't got no business nowhere in your 60s and 70s fooling with children older. You all in these groups, and you got younger people in these groups too that's doing all this stuff. But y'all got to pay attention. And these kids and stuff like these kids that's getting killed and stuff, these people come together in groups and kill these children, sacrifice these kids, or somebody kills somebody out of jealousy or hate for nothing. It kills somebody because, oh, that's my girlfriend or that's my boyfriend. They fooling my boyfriend or girlfriend. Just stop all that stuff because number one, you don't have a right to take nobody's life. That's not, God didn't tell you that's your right. He said, thou shalt not kill. What's wrong with y'all lunatics? Okay? But see, a lot of this stuff is done through MK Ultra. A lot of this stuff is government controlled. You got people that's in your own family that wants to kill you for money. This is what I'm dealing with. The point where I begin to see and different things start coming together and come to find out, I had no idea that my husband was connected to the Masons or the biker gang or cartel because he connected himself with some woman, that he had a private relationship. Well, he called it a private relationship. He thought he was hiding it, but he wasn't because I already knew. That connected to cartels and all, connected to people, his family side, my family side. These are kind of lunatic type people, because they so lazy and ignorant, they want to kill people for money. Or say, for instance, for instance, like me, ever since I was a child, I was gifted. By me being gifted then, they sent in this man I married, being unaware that this was a plot all the time, where they was doing, I can't explain it to y'all, but I know what it is because you have to have an eye and ears to hear. You have to be spiritual to understand. When I said spiritual, I don't mean religious. I mean spiritual. Um, you have to be able to see in the spirit. You have to be able to go into the spirit realm. And a lot of people don't know that because they so religious that they didn't get a relationship with God. That my relationship with God requires me to do things that he ordained me to do. So these people thought that if they uh you know try to cage me, marrying this man knew everything he was doing. These are things he chose to do. I just went over video yesterday live. I did it live on, also put it live on Facebook as well. They fooling with my live stream. They get in your electronics because they have all this equipment like the weather. A lot of the weather, they call it Tornado Alley. It's not Tornado Alley. It's war weapon, weather war, however they do it. They have equipment to make those tornadoes go through the way they want them to go. God didn't create it, that tornado alley. Man did. And this is some of the things I've been trying to get over to people because they don't understand. They so mind so set. You're in the matrix. And you hear people, matrix. No, a lot of y'all are in the matrix. And God trying to get y'all out the matrix, the religious matrix, the TV matrix, where they feed y'all all these lies on the news matrix, all these lies. But what it is, they doing all that to cover up their crimes. But you all don't see that because you all continue to let them divide you with colors. But I want to say the main reason I made this video is to watch your children. Talk to your children. A lot of people don't take time to talk to your children. Tell your children if somebody try to touch you in their private areas, let you know. I don't care. Tell them. I don't care what somebody tell you. A lot of times they tell the kids, well, you tell, I'm going to kill your mama, or I'm going to kill your dad, I'm going to kill your sister, I'm going to kill your brother. These are things they'll tell those kids. They will threaten those kids, and they'll give them money to do those acts and stuff to them. Talk to your kids. Don't take no money from those strangers. I don't care if not even just your stranger, your family members too. These are family members that rape and have sex and stuff with their own family members, and that's incest, and that's against God. That when they do that, that curses that family line. So you all got to take time and talk to your kids and tell your kids about incest. About you don't have sex with your sister or your brother. You don't have sex with your mother. You don't have sex with your sister husband or your sister boyfriend or your brother girlfriend. It goes on and on. That when somebody connect, say for instance, I married my husband. My sister have sex with my husband. My cousin have sex with my husband. They know we married. But that cursed her family, each one of their family lines, because they crossed the line. No, wouldn't mind me. Now, he already got a curse on him. But the only reason my children not cursed because of me. Because I don't live that lifestyle. So by me, I'm the one keeping my children covered, keeping my children protected, because none of his kids are protected outside of my kids. None of the whatever woman he had the babies by, I'm using this for example, any of my children's fathers, for example, that this is what happens when you go outside. This is why don't marry nobody. Leave. You want to be single, be single. This is why I always say that. Once you married, you took on a covenant. You made a covenant with God to honor that relationship. That's a covenant. And sacred to God, and God, that's law. That's law. Because you chose to get married. So then that means you said, I'll do. Yes, I will. So when you go in, you break that covenant, you curse yourself. Okay, for instance, oh, well, you know what? I'm in the Mason. We're going to sacrifice. We're going to sacrifice to get wealth. Let me tell you something. God will let you, even the devil will let you go on. Hey, I'm gonna give you this person. I'm gonna sacrifice this person for fame. Do you know that's all illusion? That's an illusion. Look at the celebrities, how they constantly have to sacrifice people. But on the end, what's the part? Oh, I can repent and then go to heaven or whatever. It don't work like that. And these are the deception of the church and other people. Oh, you just repent. And you know what? You do this today. You ain't got to tell your husband and wife. If you cheated on your husband or wife, you need to tell your husband or wife. You need to apologize to them. Not set up in a relationship. No, you cheated on your husband and your wife and you didn't say anything. Because this is what people understand. To cheat, you have to go there to cheat. You have to put yourself in that position to cheat. So you can't blame nobody else. You only can blame yourself because you open yourself up for it. This is why I said, if you married, you ain't got no business in no vehicle or in some other man or woman house without your husband or wife. That's for number one. That's disrespect. People are sad when you got to teach people this. That that's disrespect for you to be at some other woman's house without your wife or without your husband. That's disrespect. You don't do that. Now, how's it that my older kid's father, we've been talking for years, but guess what? Never crossed the line. Because we respect each other's boundaries and we never been in no room by ourselves. We always was in the room with somebody else. Because we had respect for each other. We laughed. We laughed with the family because we was friends. We was pure friends. Nothing about our relationship as to his being the father of my children, my 3 sons. We was friends. And people lying, going around trying to make it out of more than that. No. He respects me and I respect him. Because he my friend. He was my friend all the way up till he died. Not a thing happened at my family or something happened to one of my family members. Guess what? He come around because he was part of our family. We kept our friendship intact because we had our kids. We had grandkids, and then we had great-grandkids. He was blessed with great-grandkids before he died. How many people could say that? He had grandkids. So that was a blessing. But take time and teach your kids, about all these people out here, because these people are hunting down little children. To rape children, to destroy their life. These are demons. These people are full of the devil. These demons, rape demons, murder demons. Because children have destinies on this earth and they want to cut those kids' destinies short. We got to stand up for these kids. These people are raping children. They are trafficking children. They are videotaping porn of children. They are in this. They are take video cameras, put them in your house, the little spy cams, put them in your house. They got ways of spying on you through your TV, through your computer, through your phones. One time you in your bedroom or wherever you at with your husband and your wife, they recording it and putting it on the dark web. That's illegal. And the dumb part about what they don't realize, they think they doing something. Do you know it's equipment that can monitor exactly what you doing? Why you call yourself recording people, putting it on dark web because you evil? What that look like a man recording his wife while they together in the bedroom, then you putting it, got it live stream where other people can watch. Without the husband or wife knowledge. What kind of filth dummy is that? See, I'm putting this stuff out here because this is what's going on. This is corruption. This is wrong. This is what they doing. And think they ain't got caught. This is what they're doing. Without the other one permission, don't even know it, that they recording them. You notice they start putting cameras on your outside of your house. For what? Then you question them. Oh, did in case to see who coming in. I don't care who coming in and out the driveway. Well, all of a sudden now you putting cameras all over the place. Because Because you was up to no good. You wasn't being honest. You was being dishonest. Like you did something. Like you made money for what? That's dirty money. I pray to God you feel good about yourself. You people, I hope that y'all feel good about yourself, because y'all nothing but trash. You don't even, number one is this here, you don't even love yourself. When you go to a point where you sitting up here recording this personal things in your own house, like you doing something, like you trying to shame your husband or your wife, that just shows signs of ignorance. That's breaking the law. That's against the law. And then putting it on the dark web. Like you ain't found out. That little pleasure, little money that you got, you thought you got something. Then the bad part about it, you get sick, you can't even. You done had all this pleasure, all this food, and you call it pleasure of the flesh, and the flesh is sick now. The flesh is full of diseases. Then you want to go sleep around with other people with them diseases. But y'all just be aware. Talk to your children. Talk to your grandchildren. Y'all take time and talk to these kids. And listen to what they say. If they're telling you something, listen to those kids. Remember I say you can't even trust the CPS. You can't trust some of the teachers and coaches in the school system. Why you think they put sex teaching in school? So they can seduce the children. This is why I was against it. I didn't let my children go to no classes where they were teaching them about no sex. That's the parent responsibility, not the school. That's a form of grooming the kids. It's called grooming. Why you think they put all this stuff? Why you think they put the young men in prison, the young women in prison? Because they want to make them all homosexuals. Want to be the husband and wife where you can produce like God planned on y'all producing. Can't no man produce for no man, no woman produce for no woman. I don't care how y'all try to tie it up and put it together. I'm dealing with reality. Not being disrespectful, or people chose to do what they want to do. But I'm talking about this is the way God structured us. But see, all this, the devil came in and tried to ruin it. The kids in the prison system, putting them in the prison so the men and women don't come together as husband and wife and have children, have a structured family. That's what God is about. He's about the family, bringing the family together. What the devil do in the church? Divide the family. The occult churches, that's the one that's in a cult, that try to tell the husband, you sit on his side, the wife, you sit on that side. That's right there, good sign of control and manipulation. A family should be to sit in a church and sit together as a family. Teach y'all kids. Teach them about love of God. Teach them about prayer. What you think they took prayer out of school for? Because they don't want the kids to know God. Teach your kids about God. Teach them about every day you get up, God gave you that breath to breathe. He gave you this life to live to the fullest, to enjoy. Not just for you to take your body, have sex. Talk about it. Hey, wait till you get married. And you pray with the kids and make sure, hey, God, you send my babies a good husband. A good husband that's going to love them, that's going to care for them like I love them and care for them. But I didn't mean to make this long, but I'm just wanted to put this out here because we want our kids, grandkids, and great-grandkids. We want to have that structure for them because we have let down so much where we don't teach about, tell them, hold out until you get married. If a man love you, a woman love you, they can wait until you get married to have sex. Nobody wants to talk about that. Reason I'm saying this because I didn't do that. I didn't wait till I got married to have sex. I didn't wait till I got married to have children. But then when God began to show me the beauty of it, of waiting, because see, I wasn't saved then, but I'm saved now, and God began to teach me about no, marriage, sex should be for marriage. That's what I ordained it for, marriage. Read your Bible. The Bible tell you that to abstain from sex. Because every time you have sex, every person you have sex with, you take a part of that person with you. I couldn't even get into bed with my husband because he was laying around with so many people. The spirits of those people was all in him and around him. I wasn't fighting them demons that he didn't cooked himself up with. So I had to separate myself from him. I'm telling y'all things from experience. I don't talk about what I don't know about. I talk about what I really know, what I've been through. Because it's not going to be effective unless I done went through that myself and talking about it myself. My excitement is this: doing what God called me to do on this earth. No, is you going to get married again? Yes, I'll get married again. I won't let what I've been through stop me from getting married again because God already told me. God already showed me. I don't care if they can work all the witchcraft. It's not going to stop God's plan. They thought they did because God had to give them that delusion that they were sending around. People mind all messed up. They sending stuff around to people mind, trying to turn people against people. What y'all get out of that? That's to me sound like a childish game. Because you jealous, you want to use other people. Because you jealous and selfish and full of greed. I've never been like that, and I don't want to be like that. And I'll say this over and over again, and you'll hear me say this over again. I love people. I love to help people. That's my heart, because my heart is God's heart. Not to have, be selfish. Live in a house with somebody, and I'm in the house with them. I'm everywhere else talking down on them, lying about them. When everything I said about them is myself. That's sad. You don't have enough get up and pride yourself that you would talk down on somebody that you're supposed to be married to. So, y'all wait on God. Young ladies, save your body. Young men, save yourself. Save your body too. I talk to young girls when my kids was in the school system. I quit my job and I went in the school system substituting. Got a chance to talk to a lot of the young people because it was a cosmetology class. I would teach that a lot. So in the class, the little girls began to ask me questions. And when I told them, I said, let me tell y'all something. I had a baby at 16. I began to tell them my story. I was ashamed when things happened to me. But then God showed me, he said, no, take that story, your life that you've been through, and use it to help these young girls. Do you know when them young girls, they was asking me, they said, well, my parents don't talk to me about this. I said, I'm talking to y'all because, see, God allowed me to talk to y'all. Boy, all they want is your body. Once they get that, they're going to go to somebody else to get you pregnant. They're going to still go to somebody else and get somebody else pregnant. That's all they're going to do. I said, but they were talking about, I want to get out of school, have a baby, marry, have a baby. I said, it's more to that than life. I said, have you ever been out the country? No. I said, what y'all need to do, decide what you want to be. You want to, whatever you want to be. You want to go to college, go to college. Don't want to go to college, you want to go get a job, get a job. You want to open your own business, because there's resources out here. I said, wait until you get married. If a man can't wait on you to marry to have sex with you, that man don't love you because he don't love himself. So you know what? Those girls that I talked to, when they finished high school, now one of them had a baby. Because I told them it's too much in the world to see to tie yourself down with a baby and with a man or with a boy. Because, see, I learned something. Going through what I've been through in life, I learned something. And what I learned, what I could teach other people. Other young people. You don't want to get piled up with a bunch of babies and you can't enjoy yourself. Because you got to take care of your baby. A lot of y'all don't take care of your children. You shouldn't have had them. You got to take care of your kids. You have them. You don't, number one, don't have kids. Get to see what's in the world. Get to see, a lot of you haven't even traveled no further than Texas or, the next state over. Some of y'all ain't traveled at all. The farthest I've been before I got married, before I had been to Texas. I'm from Louisiana, but I'm far as I've been was Texas. After I married, then a while I was older, a lot older. Matter of fact, I was in my 50s. Then I went to Paris. That's the first time first time I ever flew was when my nephew died. I flew back from Texas to Virginia. See, my work speaks for me. I don't talk about stuff I don't do. I put other people before myself. I always did, because my heart, when I see somebody ache, my heart ache too. Because I love people. Nothing about me, what I do for you or say to you, it's not real. It's real. Because that's the way God created me. My mother used to tell me all the time, she said, if a person lie, they'll cheat, and they'll cheat, they'll steal. And I saw that. I was like, wow. And one of the things that I love so much about her is she didn't, if you come to her and say something about a person, that didn't change her feeling about that person or how she saw that person. She had to see things for herself. Not something somebody else said. But guess what? She never changed up on that person. I done been around so many people that I was good to. I saw them change up. But it didn't change me. I still was the same. But I had to stand off and watch at the same time. And I can hear it. My senses. God showed me how my senses would operate when dealing with other people. So I had to learn how to love people, but yet stand off and watch. See, the Bible say watch as well as pray. Say, be slow to speak, but quick to listen. I had to learn all those things. God taught me those things. So what I'm saying today, listen, the whole thing around is this. Everybody got their opinion. Everybody can choose whatever path that they choose to go on. Because God gave us a will to choose. But I'm just out here teaching. I'm out here loving on y'all because I don't want y'all to go through what I've been through. And then also as a warning to be careful to watch your children. Because these children are our next generation, and next generation. I thank God I'm 67 years old. I thank God I have kids, grandkids, and great-grandkids. And I'm thankful for that. So when you see where you have lived that long to have kids, grandkids, and great-grandkids, be thankful. Because I'm going to be here to see my great-great-grandkids too, and if not more. Because I haven't even started living yet. So listen, you all have a nice day, okay?